Hey everybody, it's Denise. I'm back, and today I have something a little different. So I love Trader Joe's. We just got them fairly recently here in South Florida. They're all over now, but they weren't until a few years ago. So I love the store. I just love like some of their own products, which I guess is what they're known for. And So today I'm going to talk about something I found that was really cool. I do have a lot of thoughts on Trader Joe's, so if you're interested, I could talk more about it. But this was kind of cool. This is the taste test of caramel. And first of all, genius in the marketing department. Because of the shape of this box, this is what caught my eye. So I saw this like sticking out of several people's shopping carts, and I was like, what the heck is that? Because it's like an unusual size box to see at a grocery store. And of course, it has candy on it, so that's what caught my eye as well. And when I found it, I realized what it was. So it says taste test of caramel, and that's what you're supposed to do. There's 12 different caramels in here, and they're all different flavors. So they have like some unique ones, like there's a strawberry black pepper, there's hot chili, blood orange, balsamic. So they're not all just like, regular run of the mill caramel flavors. So what they suggest you do, which is kind of hysterical after now that I've done it, I don't know if this is going to be backwards or not. And excuse, I'm missing a nail. I don't know. I'm falling all apart. It's the 2 days before Christmas and we're still teaching. So, and I'm sick. So anyway, la, la, la. So they suggest you like put it in the fridge for a little while to chill it and cut it into 4 pieces. And then, put them all out and have people keep track of what they think the flavors are and then reveal and see, who got what right. But my husband and I actually did it more of like an advent calendar situation. And we each, at first I picked up one box and we each shared a piece and we tried to figure out what the flavor was. And I kept track, to see what we each guessed. And like on day 2 or 3, my husband was like, I really wish we had a whole piece to ourselves so we could taste it a little better. So then I happened to be in Trader Joe's. I picked up another one. So from like day 3 on, we each had our own piece. We'd do a little chocolate cheers and we would, try it and try to guess what it was. The entertainment value of it, just looking forward to doing something fun at the end of the night, all of that stuff, that gave it for me, a solid 10 out of 10. That was just something fun to do, something fun to look forward to. If you've been following along with me for a while, I'm not really into the holiday spirit this year. I'm feeling a little, bah-humbuggy. And I don't even have a tree up in my house. I just decorated my classroom last week. So like, I'm not really into what I normally do, but this was fun. It was like a little something to do that didn't scream like Christmas, but it was still a little bit fun. Couple of things like entertainment value. Yes, 100%. Now, there's 12 different caramels here, and I really couldn't tell a difference between most of them. The obvious ones like obviously caramel, vanilla, coconut, hot chili, like those ones were like, instant. Like, and the coconut had a little piece of coconut on top. But most of them could have been anything, according to me. So the caramel itself, let's start with the chocolate. So the chocolate itself is like a very tempered, very snappy, very thick, dark chocolate. And the caramel inside is a very loose, like almost liquidy, not totally liquidy, not like the inside of a Ghirardelli caramel, more like a Rolo or like a mix between a Rolo and a Ghirardelli. Can you tell I ate too much candy? But it was like a softer, flowier caramel. So when you were biting the tempered, hard, dark chocolate mixed in, and it was a thick chocolate mixed in with the like thinner, runnier caramel, the flavors really got like mushed together and was a little hard to discern what was the dark chocolate bitterness, and what was the caramel. Now, full disclosure, I love dark chocolate. The candy itself was delicious. If I just picked it up off the shelf and ate it as candy, I would think they were fantastic. I still think they tasted good. It was just that the dark chocolate, for me, it was hard to tell the other flavors. Now, my husband, on the other hand, he is like a beer connoisseur. He likes like imported German, Belgian, like some craft beers, but he can tell the difference of flavors in a beer like ridiculous. Like he'll pour a beer and be like, "Oh yeah, do you smell the orange and the clove and the whatever?" And he'll do like this for me to smell it. And I'm like, "No, smells like beer, smells like bread. Like those are my two options, beer, bread. That's it." And he can smell like all these different nuanced flavors in the beer that I just totally don't get. He had a much easier time discerning the different flavors. He would just smell it and be like, "Oh, that's the strawberry one. Oh, that's the whatever one." And I'm like, "Nope, still just tastes like regular caramel." So I had a hard time figuring out the flavors. Doesn't mean that everybody will. Apparently, my palate is just crap. But it was a fun experience to do. I'll tell you what we did. I think I mentioned this. So I bought one, started with one. Then I ended up having two. So we each had our own box. And then I happened to be in Trader Joe's again another time. So now this means I've been at Trader Joe's 3 times in 12 days, not specifically just for this, but just because life. And then I bought a third one. So at the reveal, we could see if there was one, we really wanted to try and see if we could taste the flavor after we knew what it was. And that's exactly what we did last night. So they make it easy not to peek. So after the whole thing is done, what you're supposed to do, like this box slides out and that's where the little chocolates were. But the answers are on the bottom of this little slidey piece. So you really can't cheat unless you really want to. So last night we did the reveal together and we went to see how many we got right. He got way more right than I did. And then the first one was supposed to be vanilla and we both had something else written down. So it was kind of fun to say, okay, this one was supposed to be vanilla. We tried one from the new unopened box and then we were like, oh yeah, duh, that's obviously vanilla. So that's just kind of like a fun little addition. So just for the two of us, we ended up buying 3 boxes of these. But to me, it was worth it. It was a fun little experience. It was just something to look forward to every night. If you're not really big into the holiday spirit, but for whatever reason, but you just kind of want to do something fun, I would suggest picking this up. It's good candy regardless. If you can't figure out the flavor like me, it was still fun to have like a little piece of good candy at the end of the night. A couple of things. It is seasonal from what I've heard. I didn't do a ton of research because I didn't want to ruin any surprises. Like I didn't want to see a list of the flavors accidentally and then ruin it for myself. But from what I understand, it's seasonal. And I also saw like a little thing. I think it was on Reddit. Again, I didn't read too closely because I didn't want to ruin it. But I think the flavors have been the same for at least last year and this year. So I'm hoping next year they change up the flavors because I was already looking forward to picking it up again next year. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, it was only $5.99, so it works out to be like, 50 cents a candy, which is pretty reasonable. I mean, my Trader Joe's still has plenty of them. I was just there yesterday, and they still had plenty. And it was fun. So if you're looking for something fun to do that's not like super ho, holiday in your face, I would recommend it. A good piece of candy at the end of the night never hurt anybody. And also fun for parties, I guess, if you're into that. And I'm going to go try to keep my sanity while I'm sick, teaching first grade 2 days before Christmas. So send all the good vibes my way, my friends. And I hope all of you have a fantastic holiday, however you celebrate, however little, however much, or however none at all. I hope you enjoy yourself this season, and I'm so looking forward to a fresh start in the new year. As cliche as that sounds, I need a fresh start. So see you soon. Have a fantastic holiday and bundle up because temperatures are getting wild. It's even getting cold down here. We're actually having frozen iguana warnings, which is like a real thing. When it gets cold, the iguanas freeze in the trees and then they're frozen and then they fall out of the tree. And these suckers are big. Like they could really hurt you if they fall on you. But the good news is, I guess, they revive after they warm up and they go along their way. So if you're in South Florida like me, watch out for the falling iguanas.